welcome along and welcome back to Purbeck Valley. We have a busy day here on the farm. We're taking the Wolfeurer down to the shop to get us started. We need a roller to get field 32 rolled in today. Meanwhile, field 20 also needs seeding. We've got to get the crop into that as well. The big problem we've got is that we have a really bad lack of money at the moment. We're down to £914, and the shop itself is also fairly empty. There is one thing I'd really like though, that quickie front loader. That would be really useful for us, and if we can get raised to 4 grand to get that, that would be brilliant. I do like this FW series Ford here, the FW30 for 28,000. That's a lot of horsepower, but it's got a lot of hours on it, and we have no chance of getting anywhere near 29,000 pounds to pick that up. So unfortunately, I'm going to let that one go, but we want to grab this quickie loader today if we can. What we've come here for, though, is this, the cheapest rollers we can get hold of. And in fact, these Delbo Hydroflex, I've used them lots of times before, and they are really nice. We'll change the color. We'll make it a little bit lighter, and I think we'll go with the gray rims, maybe like with that setup. So we're going to lease these. These will be £158 with £31 a day, so that's actually really good. And in fact, is exactly why I'm down here getting them. They're also 6 meters wide, these rollers. So that will mean we get the field done fairly quickly. We want to set this going on its own and doing that field while we go and do, well, we're going to start off the seeding, but we are going to have to come back here and take on some contracts. There are a few contracts we can attack today, which is really good. I want to get in there, get them going. We've got 6 contracts, 3 weeding and 3 fertilizing, that we should be able to have a go at, get done, and get a decent amount of money in. No field on this map is that huge, so that should work out fairly well for us. So let's position ourselves in this corner and set up a play course. Now my aim today is to try and get the course that goes across the field like that. So I'm going to go with longest edge and hope it picks up that edge there. Otherwise, we're going to do a couple of headlands. We're going to do the headlands first, and we're going to make them sharp turns in the corners. And yeah, our play course actually is a really good one. So it's going to go round here. It'll then go back and forth and come back and finish. In fact, let's close the generator, and then we can zoom in a bit and see it a little bit better. So yeah, we're starting in this corner where we are. We'll go around and it'll do the field really easy. And I think this is the best angle, actually, to get this field done. It really lends itself to doing it this way. So I need to turn my tractor around, and we need to unfold rollers as well. And I hope this should give it enough space to turn around to. Bring that to there. First waypoint, and away it goes. And roll in our crop. I'm a little bit worried. This isn't rolling as I would expect it to at all. Look at this. It's going over and it's going round, but we're getting sort of a patchy rolling setup on here, which makes little to no sense. And it's not actually showing any rolling going on. Added to that, we've got a very patchy growth on this field as well for the canola, as if the canola hasn't properly been planted. I'm a little bit worried about this. This could end up being a really bad field for us. Yeah, look at this. What's going on with this field? Has it not seeded properly? I'm actually very worried about that. That is not good at all, and we may have to see if there's a mistake that's happened or something weird going on, because for it to seed as patchy as that is very weird. We are going to set up this tractor now doing field 20, and we'll keep a close eye on it as it does this today, because that patchiness is incredibly strange. Let's we want this to finish by the date over here. Again, we're going to want this to do longest edge, and longest edge is up that side of the field there. Same setup as last time, and we want it to start work on the center. Yeah, that's correct. So generate the field work course, and that was really quick. Wow. So that'll start down the bottom end, really easy field, and it'll finish right here by the gateway. So that is a great setup for this field. I don't know if you can see that wobble that's happening with the seeder. That's because of the 3-point linkage mod that I've got on here. I think it's meant to be making it wobble on the 3-point link, but it's doing it on the subsoil that we've got between the tractor and the seeder. And as a result, it's a little bit weird. We want first waypoint. We've got canola planting. Let's go, and hope this field does better than the last one. And so this is going to be the first time we're using all 3 tractors at the same time. I've got my little steyr here, and we're going to drop the rear weight off it as well. We're going to eventually use this to do the actual fertilizing contracts later on. But first, we need to get the weeding contracts out of the way, because we don't actually have any money to buy fertilizer with. So I'm going to go and grab my fertilizer, my actual pull behind spreader, and then we'll head down to the shop so that we're ready. When we've finished the weeding contracts, we can switch straight over onto this. And in fact, I want, yeah, in here, I'm going to want my bag lifter as well, because we're going to need something to load up the bags of fertilizer with. That's sitting in this shed here. And then the actual fertilizer, that is, or the actual spreader, that is sitting over the other side of the yard, around this way. We'll just reverse our way around the yard, tucked very nicely in this corner here. We actually have no butter, no header for our combine yet, so we've got that to buy before we get into the summer. We've got lots of other bits and pieces to do as well. We're gonna need to bring money in, so we're gonna have to do more contracts. Our cows are producing a nice level of milk. Next month we need to cut the grass and make some more silage bales, and we can't do that at the moment either. So lots of contracts needed to be done, lots of money needing to be earned in various places. This doesn't look like such a weird setup on the back of this tractor. I'm quite liking these two together, but we'll just park this out the way over here for now. And we can have a quick look at what the tractor is doing. And again, we're a little bit patchy. I think this might take a correction from me. I might have to go in and correct this, because I don't know what's happening with this patchy setup for our canola here. That is so very odd. So contracts, as I said, we have 6 contracts that we're going to try and get through today. We're going to start with the 3 weeding ones, which are all worth less than £1,000. We're going to get the equipment from the field 31, which actually looks like it might be a bigger weeder. We'll get this little Vulture with it as well, but it only costs us 340 to use the equipment for that on all 3 of these, as opposed to 431 and 519. So let's borrow the items for that contract, and then we will accept the remaining 2 weeding contracts. So we're starting at field 14, then field 25, and then field 30. And there is our equipment for these contracts. This little Vulture A135, I think that said, high tech, should do us fine. I'm gonna just whip around these. We'll probably go through and time lapse these just because they are pretty quick jobs to get done, and that will then give us a good chance to get back with back concentrating on our farm and what we need to do. Let's hook that on the front, lift that up. Right, we're off to field 14. Now field 14 is up the top corner there. Oh no, they're all fairly close to us. Field 30 is right behind our farm. Field 25 is just down the road, and field 14 is actually right next to where we're seeding at the moment. So 14 is just in here. Nice little bit of crop sitting there waiting for us to have a go at it, and we're starting off in a pretty good place. What I will do, I think, is go and round the headlands first and then go and get the main body of the field done. Let's get to it. This weeder is having no effect. It is full of weeds and nothing's happening. Something is very broken around here. Are these weeds too big for this weeder? Now, there's only one weeder in here that is a hoe. Yeah, that's the hoe. That's the only one that's a hoe. So the ones that were given on these contracts were this one and this one, which is the 6 meter and the 9 meter. And yeah, so there's no difference between them. This weeder should be able to handle any weeds that that one can. And this is not doing anything on this contract. Yeah, progress is absolutely nothing. We can't get this contract done because we can't weed this field. What is going on? Why is there a problem doing this job? Well, I've gone the whole way around the edge of this field and this weeder has not touched any of these weeds. I am going to go and try field 30, I think, and see if that works there. Otherwise, this may be a bust. I think we may have a bit of a problem here. So field 30 is the field that this weeder is actually leased for. If it doesn't work on this field, then I don't know what's going on. It looks like the same height of weeds, though. These don't look to be any different to the field that we've just had a complete problem trying to weed. So let's put this down and forwards. Is this going to work? Okay, so this field does seem to be being weeded by this weeder. So I think we can at least say that this one is working. Contract is finished. Right, let's lift this up. Unfortunately, while doing the contract, we ran out of money, and that's a big problem. We need to get both of our tractors running again, so we'll get this up to field 25. In the meantime, we do have a couple of 1,000 liters of milk that we can sell. That will get us back on our feet, get the money coming back in, and I didn't really want to sell it today, but it's an absolute necessity for us at the moment. We just can't continue without any money coming in. Thankfully, we have the Snyder that we can hook up to this and get this sold with. So that's good news. And I'll bring this up to here. And I think it's going to be up to the top again for us to go and sell this. Up at the Mole Valley store is normally where this goes to. So hook that up. We'll get it refilling and see where to sell it. Best place to sell milk at the moment is Mole Valley. So up at the top, it's dropping at the moment. We're not too far below maximum price. There's not a huge fluctuation in milk. So that's pretty good for us. We'll head out the back way from this yard. This yard still needs a fair amount of reworking because, yeah, we've got all this area here that's not used. But it makes a good, quick route through for us to head up and get this sold. Not my fastest tractor on the farm, but it's made it up here in fairly decent time. We want to get this over here and unloaded. This will give us the money to get our rolling and our seeding done today. We've got to move the roller onto the second field as well once that seeding's done. So that's going to take a little while. 3,129 for the milk. And that means we can get this restarted here. So set that to nearest waypoint and away that goes. And we can get this restarted here. So set that to nearest point and away that goes as well. And yeah, we're still getting this mottled setup here. I really don't know what's going on with this. That is so weird. And now that that's sorted, we can get back to trying to deal with the weeds. Oh, I can just about see the weeds in this field. So we'll give it a quick check, see if they get gone. They are. So that means we're onto this field and getting this one done. Should be this field done. I haven't seen the completed message come up, but we'll have a quick check. Yep, both those fields have been done now. No idea why we can't weed field 14, but we should have enough money now from these to do what we want. So we'll head down to the shop. We'll get things set up. It is 20 to 7 in the evening, so I think this is about as much as we're gonna get done today. I need to get the rollers over onto the other field and get them going, though. Meanwhile, yeah, I think we're going to have to raise money with the fertilizing contracts next time. And we're going to have to try and get on with some mowing as well. It's the rollers that have finished work. So let's clear off this course. I really don't know what's happened with this field, though. It may be something we have to correct. But it's, yeah, I don't think that's working as it should. There seems to be quite a bit of weirdness going on. We'll see if the same thing happens with the other field. But if it's an error, I will. I think I'll have to correct it, and we'll go from there. Certainly, these fields have been seeded as they should have been, and they're being rolled as they should be. So I don't know what's going on there. We will get this rolling at the same time as our seeder is going, though, and that way we can leave these two finishing this job off today and be ready and done for next time. And yeah, we will do a whole load of fertilizing next time. I think I want this to finish off here just as the other bit of kit is. So back this up, and then we will set a new course. Same settings as previous, so generate me that. Yep, that is looking great, although that is doing the headland first, so we need to do the center first, so generate that. And that then is identical to our seeder. I'll unfold my rollers as we head up there, and we'll get this going. And with this having a wider width than the seeder, it should fall well within where the seeder's been. So first waypoint, and away it goes. And hopefully on here we're gonna have better luck than we had on the previous field, but nope, we are just the same. This mottled occasional rolled texture, that is really weird. And again, looking at this field, it's rolling patches, it's not rolling the whole thing, but the field itself is seeded, so I do not know what's going on here. I think we'll have to get that corrected. So the last thing we need to do today is complete these contracts and get ourselves set up for tomorrow. So let's complete, or let's cancel this reading contract, because we're not going to do it and it didn't work, so we'll cancel that. And then we will collect all three of these. So 820 for that and 306 for that gives us an extra 1,000. And I'm hoping I can afford a big bag pallet, or a big bag for that. That is, wow. For 1,000 liters there, that's 1,800. For 750, that's 1,400. There is no cheap way to do this. So we are going to have to get a single bag of big bag of fertilizer and go with that, because yeah, that is not cheap, and we can only afford one bag. And I'm hoping that this is gonna let us get enough money in tomorrow to actually make it back. So we will pick up these three fertilizing contracts. We don't need any equipment, we have the equipment, so we will just accept all three. And then hopefully next time we can get enough money in from these to get us moving again. But now, though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.